The masked mayhem continues. This week, 4 masked celebrities went head-to-head, and only 3 walked away with their identities under wraps. We're here to spill the deets, including the time Nicole accidentally told one of the celebs that she couldn't sing, which, yikes. So, here is the week's Masked Singer recap and our best guesses for who's behind each mask. And because I just love to tease you guys, this week there was like almost definitely a Cheetah Girls reunion. The end. Bye. That's all I needed from this life. Well, before I give everything away, go down and hit subscribe. We make up one big family, but we don't look the same. Okay, I'm done with that, but I'm not sorry. First up this episode, it was the Black Widow versus the Leopard. The Black Widow sang Whitney Houston's I Wanna Dance With Somebody like it was her job, which it was at some point because this lady's definitely a professional singer. The Leopard's performance of Queen's Somebody to Love, on the other hand, was much more impressive than I thought it would be. But despite his entertaining theatrics, the Black Widow's killer voice wooed the crowd and the judges, sending the Leopard to tonight's SmackDown. Next was the Flamingo singing against the Panda, and the Jonas Brothers might actually have a sister out there because I was a sucker for her rendition of the song. The Panda, however, performed Kelly Clarkson's Makes You Stronger, and yeah, it was no surprise to see her get sent to the SmackDown to face off with the Leopard. Sorry, girl. During the SmackDown, the Panda came out strong with All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled, but the Leopard pounced on the competition with a better, though kinda weird, performance of Respect by Aretha Franklin, winning him the SmackDown. And of course, we all know what that means. It's time for the Panda's reveal, but let's go over the clues first. During this episode, the focus of the Panda's clue video was her admiration for her father, saying, "You taught me that shyness was a virtue, you don't have to walk into a room banging your chest," and that her family taught her how to fight for her dreams full force. She finished with the hint that this competition would be no match for her. Well, from those clues we deduced that she had to be some kind of athlete, and so did some of the judges who guessed that she could be Ronda Rousey or Venus Williams. Martha Stewart was also a guess, and, of course, Ken came out of left field with Queen Latifah, to which Nicole just straight up responded with this.
Queen Latifah can sing.
That's right, Queen Latifah knows how to sing.
Awkward. Anyway, the clues finally made sense when the Panda was officially unmasked to be Layla Ali, daughter of Muhammad Ali. You go, Layla, but maybe stick with the boxing, considering you're undefeated in that ring. Unfortunately, there was only one SmackDown this week, so now it's time to speculate wildly and pretty confidently about the celebrities underneath the masks of those who are left. So, first up, the Black Widow. Her clue from the sneak peek was a set of tarot cards, while this episode included crystals and a crystal ball, so lots of references to psychics. There were also plenty of references towards a career of acting and TV, some peaches, aka she's probably from Georgia, and a reference to her empire. The judges guessed Yvette Nicole Brown, Amber Riley, and Sherry Shepherd, but we know none of those are right because all of these clues point to TV personality and former Cheetah Girl, Raven Simone. The tarot cards and other psychic-y things were references to That's So Raven, she's from Georgia, and she has appeared several times on the show Empire. Listen, I don't need to see the future to see who's underneath this mask. Next up, the Leopard's clues and entire demeanor have had us stumped for a while. We're pretty confident that it's actually a man underneath the Victorian gown and corset. And that English accent? Totally fake. During the sneak peek, he hinted that he'd been seen with the president, which honestly doesn't narrow anything down. The episode's clues included a ton of baseball references with several headlines that read, "Crazy game ends with a win for the Leopard," "Out of hits and out of time," as well as the Leopard calling himself a heavy hitter. He also said he doesn't care what people think of how he dresses or who he dates. The judges' guesses included Jamie Foxx, Billy Porter, and Robbie Williams, and like I said, this one even has us stumped. Twitter is pretty certain it's RuPaul, which Robin Thicke actually joked about, but of course, I'm going to disagree and say the Leopard is actually Alex Rodriguez, aka A-Rod. He played baseball for 22 seasons and has worn several different uniforms during his time on the field. Possibly what the Leopard was referencing when he said he doesn't care what people think of his outfits. What's more, his dating life has been very public, as he's dated a lot of celebrities, from Cameron Diaz to J-Lo. And finally, he also has a history with Donald Trump. Last up, we are 1000% sure we know who the Flamingo is. The Flamingo hinted in her sneak peek package that she loves pink and mascara, while this episode had a ton of references to her being a lifestyle YouTuber and hinted that she knew what it was like to be stuck in a career, but is taking over her own destiny on The Masked Singer. While the judges guessed Olivia Jade, Candy Burris, and Tia Mowry, I knew as soon as I heard the voice that the Flamingo is none other than Adrian Houghton, aka Adrian Bailon. Other than the Flamingo sounding identical to what we've heard of her singing during her time as a cheetah girl. She's also a prominent YouTuber who loves Pink and has recently stopped acting as much to make more music and co-host the daytime talk show The Real. But what do you think? Am I totally missing something here, or are my guesses spot on? Weigh in down in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications while you're down there. We'll be recapping and giving our best guesses after every episode of The Masked Singer here at Cinema Blend, so you're going to want to stick around.